Hello guys, this is European Pig Grow again on your screen, and we want to discuss a little about when we should really wean our piglet after farrow. When we should wean our piglet after farrow, and we know that most time people are confused. When should they really wean their piglet? Yes, some farmers are confused. Is it the right time for me to wean my piglet, or should I wean it now, or when should I do that? So we are talking briefly on how when it is perfect a best time for us to wean our piglet. Well, we know that most farmers, especially those who are operating farmers on a very large scale, they do not have time for giving bread, allowing the sow to feed their piglet with their breast. They go ahead and wean the piglet exactly 3 days after life. They will wean the piglet exactly 3 days after life. That's about after 48 hours. Before it will more than 48 hours. Before 98 hours, they are already weaned the piglet. Well, they do that because they may have enough and all the adequate facilities and equipment to keep the little piglet alive. That's why they do that. They have enough adequate facilities and equipment to keep the little piglet alive after it has been weaned 48 hours after life. But most farmers here do not have the equipment, they do not have the facilities and what is needed to wean the piglet exactly 48 hours. Otherwise, if you do that, you will discover that you will lose those piglets. So now the question still remains: when should be the right time for us to wean our little piglet? Well, in some part of Africa, and Nigeria especially, most farmers are operating on a manual style of raising pig. They will not depend on machines to raise their pig. Everything they do it manually. Yes, in this case, if you want to wean your pig and you want to know when is the right time for you to do that, the answer is not a straightforward one, but it will all depend on your ability, your skill, and what you have in your disposal after weaning the pig, how you will be able to take care of them before they are strong enough to be taken as a strong piglet or a pig. In this case, what you got to do is that first, you have to consider the health of your piglet. First, you have to consider the health of your piglet before weaning them. But it is good that you wean your pig exactly 21 days or 22 days after they have been given birth. But some people will do that after 2 months. Some will do that after few weeks, like 5 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Or some people may even do that after 4 months. Well, but I will tell you that it depends on the health of your pig or your piglets and on the facilities you have on hand to take care of those little piglets. If you don't have a facility to take care of them after when you wean them on 21 days, you can let them be up to 2 months. But if you do that, you discover that the health of the sow of the mother will be very bad because the amount of water they will soak up from the mother will be too much, and for the mother to recover, it will take a long time. So the best time for you to wean your piglet should be between 21 days to 1 month. Between 21 days to 1 month. So as to help the mother to recover fast. In some cases, a pig or a sow will give birth to about 14 to 17 piglets, and all of them are alive. They are to suck the mother's breast in order to stay alive. In this case, that means before 2 weeks, the mother will change if adequate food or nutritious food is not given to the mother. It will change very much because the little one, that is the piglet, will suck so much water off the mother, and the mother will look skinny or slim. For the mother to recover, it will take a longer period of time. So that's why in most companies or most of the firms who are specializing on raising pig, they will not even allow the piglet to suck the mother's breast. That's why they will wean it 24 hours or 48 hours after life. But here, since we don't have all the facility, we will let the pig to be with the mother for at least 21 days. Why we capitalize on 21 days is that when you want to wean this pig on that 21 days, you have to inject them with the necessary drugs and vitamins, of which we'll talk about that later, so that they will be able to survive with these vitamins or the drugs that you have given to them. This drug will help them, especially iron, will help them to survive in a tough situation that they will meet after they leave the mother. So we recommend 21 days is good, or 4 weeks, which is about 28 days to 30 days, is good. But when you're about to wean your pig before these 21 days or 30 days, you have to make sure that those pigs are able to sniff food, if not eat food, or at least lick some water. Yes, we will talk about what you got to do about that particular issue in a subsequent video, what you got to do so that you make sure that before you wean your pig on 21 days or on exactly 30 days, your pig will eat. Because there is a situation where you will wean the pig and they will not eat. Yes, there is something you got to do so that when you wean your pig in that 21 days or 1 month, your pig will eat. But if you will not be able to do that, that means you have to let the pig remain with the mother until they can eat. Yes, because if they cannot eat and you wean them, you will have difficulties raising them, and most of them would die. But it is good and recommended that we wean those piglets 21 days, that's after 21 days. Yes, so as to help the mother to recover fast. Yes, there are some other things we got to do if we are not to wean this pig in exactly 21 days. If you are to wean this pig after 21 days or in a month's time or in a month and 2 weeks, that means there are other things we got to do so that the health of the mother will not become very bad during the time that this little one will be sucking the mother's breast. Because the more they suck the mother's breast, the more the health of the mother will deteriorate. The mother will get skinny. Yes. So what I'm trying to point out here is that we have to wean the piglet early enough. And before we do this, we got to do some little things, of which I will talk about that later, that will help this pig to survive after weaning. But it's most appropriate that we wean this pig exactly after 21 days to a month's time, highest. In most cases, some farmers will not even wait till that time. But if you are not to wait till 21 days or a month's time, that means you have all the adequate facilities and the equipment and what it takes for you to raise this pig without the mother before 21 days. I will talk about what is needed. I will talk about that in a subsequent video, what you need to have in order to wean your pig before 21 days. Even though you want to wean them in exactly 3 days, what you need in order to do that. Well, that was Yugen Pig Grow. If you love this video, please consider subscribing.